everyone, it's Haley, and today we're going to be talking about my November TBR. So for someone who has an insanely busy month in November and who hasn't been reading a lot, my TBR pile is slightly overambitious, but I'm not really planning on reading all of these books. It would be lovely if I did, but these are just kind of the titles that have been sticking out to me lately. So I don't really know what's gonna happen, but these are the things that I might read in November. And before I get into the video, I wanted to apologize for not putting up a video for the past two-ish times that I usually put up a video. I usually put up a video every Tuesday and Thursday of the week, but I skipped last Thursday and this Tuesday, so I'm really sorry, and this one's probably gonna be going up on Friday because today is Thursday and I work later, so I have no time to edit it. I have been clearly off my video game. I was kind of in a little bit of a video slump, super busy with school, and just completely forgot about filming anything, so I'm really sorry. And number two, thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. That is literally ridiculous to me. Like, I still can't even really fathom that. I remember in January filming my bookshelf tour, and that was my 1,000 subscriber celebration. So this has blown up pretty quickly, and I honestly thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for all of your support. It is honestly insane, and I promise I will get back to my video schedule so then you guys will be getting more videos, and it's just going to be super exciting. Now, going into my reading for November. November, like I kind of mentioned, is going to be a super busy month. First off, my birthday is at the end of the month, November 30th. Super excited for that. That doesn't really take up a lot of time, but still, it's exciting. So I love November. And in December, I don't really have that much going on. Usually, as far as school goes, December is my busy month because I have finals and it's super busy at work with Christmas time. But this year, it's kind of November. The end of November is going to be probably literal hell because I have so many projects that are due at the end of November. I don't think a lot of reading will be getting done, but I'm going to try my hardest, and also it's going to be Christmas time at work, so that's going to be busy. I don't really know how it's going to go, so anyways, let's just get into my TBR pile. So I'll start with the one book that I have to read for school this month. My classes this semester, actually for the whole year, aren't like the classes that I usually take. A lot of them are more hands-on, so I don't really have that much reading to do, but this is the last book that I have to read for this semester, and that is The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare, obviously. This is a reread for me. I read this in grade 10, but we're studying it again this year, so I need to kind of refresh my memory on it. I don't really remember if I liked this one or not, but I'm interested to see kind of a university perspective versus a high school perspective of this play. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this near the beginning of the month. And then I'm also really hoping to finish The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas this month. I have been reading this for what feels like forever. Like, I think I've been like reading it for longer than it took Sarah J. Maas to write it. I caught myself that time. Right now I'm on page 255, so I've gotten through the bulk of the stories. I have 2 more left, so I don't know if I'm going to like read a story and then take a break and read another book and then come back to it and read another story. I'm not really sure yet, but I am really enjoying it. It's just taking me a long time. And if I finish that and I'm feeling super ambitious, I will pick up Throne of Glass, which is the first book in the actual series. The Assassin's Blade is the novellas, and I've read both of these books before, but I just want to reread them because I feel like I kind of rushed through them the first time that I read them. Not so much this one. This one I remember a lot of, but like Crown of Midnight and Heir of Fire, I remember nothing from. So before I read Queen of Shadows, I'm rereading them all, so who even knows at this rate when I'll get to Queen of Shadows. By the time I do, it'll probably be next September when the next book in the series is coming out. But I'm taking my time with them and really enjoying them. It's just such a really fun series. I love Selena as a heroine. I think she's my favorite heroine. I mean, now rereading the series, she's just so believable because she's kind of like this badass, but she loves clothes, and she just has like such a relatable aspect to her, so I really love her. And yeah, I might get commit to this in November. If not, maybe December. I don't really know. Now the next few books are just books that were kind of sticking out to me on my shelves. So the first one is Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. This book got a lot of buzz around when it came out, and it was the Owl Crate book for September, and I'm hoping to read it because I've heard some pretty mixed reviews and I would like to see which side I kind of fall on with it. I'm super intrigued by it. It's about this girl who is bigger and she's really confident with it, but then something happens with a boy, I think, and then it makes her kind of like question her confidence. I'm not really positive, but I think that's like the general premise of it. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. The next book is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This book was on my TBR for October, but I just didn't end up picking it up for whatever reason. I was listening to the audiobook actually, but I wasn't really like enjoying it that much. I didn't really like the narrator. It made me kind of hate all the characters because of the southern accent. I couldn't do it, so I ended up putting that down, and I'm just going to read it as I read the first one. I'm super excited to read this one because I know it has a lot more to do with Ronan, and I think he's a super interesting character. So I just love this series and I can't wait to get back into it. And I know that the last book of this series is coming out in February of 2016, so I need to get myself caught up. The next book that I'm hoping to read is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by h.leblanc. I haven't read anything by h.leblanc on her own. I read The Iron Trial, which is by her and Cassandra Clare, but I haven't read anything that's just by her. And this one I've heard the best things about, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But it's about vampires, and they live in this town that's called a Cold Town, and this girl who isn't a vampire, I think she gets stuck in there. Like, once you go there, you can't leave. I don't really know, but I think just because it's going to be cold in November, I want to read something that like makes me think of cold and winter. I don't really know why. And the whole vampire thing, I don't know why, but this book really stuck out to me on my shelf, so I may end up picking it up this month. The next book is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I don't know how people say that last name, but this book is a historical fiction, and it deals with, I believe, World War I, which isn't something that you see dealt with a lot in YA historical fiction, and I love historical fiction for the fall time. There's just something about it that just, I feel like they mesh very well together, but I unfortunately do not have much left in the way of historical fiction on my bookshelves that I haven't read yet. I think this is like the only one that isn't part of a series, unless I look further and find another one, but I'm pretty sure this is the only one, which makes me really sad, other than The Bronze Horseman, but that book is a beast and I'm not ready for that kind of commitment yet. Sorry, but no. So this is the only one, so I have a feeling I will probably be picking this up very, very soon, and I'm super excited for it. Now these next three have something in common. They're all kind of darker. Now you may notice that these last three have a lot in common. They're all kind of darker in tone and all deal with some sort of mental illness. I don't know why I like reading books that are darker in fall, but I think everyone feels like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just the weather getting cold. I don't know. But the first book is The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. This is by the author of the Unearthly trilogy, which is a trilogy that deals with half angels, all that stuff. I wasn't a huge fan of that trilogy. I found it to just be a little bit too juvenile for me. So I'm super interested in this one because it deals with a girl who, I believe her best friend has committed suicide and left this note behind, like a post-it on the mirror, I'm assuming, like on the cover. But I'm really interested to see how her writing translates into such a serious topic. I almost said topic matter. Subject matter. I'm just really intrigued by it, and I'm super excited to read it, and I hope that it doesn't let me down. The next book is The Impossible Knife of Memory by Laurie Halse Anderson. I have put this book on a couple of TBRs but never really picked it up. I think now I will though, because it's also got a wintry cover, so I think it's the perfect time to read it, like at the end of the month when it's cold and there might be snow. I hope not, but maybe. Then I will probably pick this one up. I know this one deals with the main character whose name is Haley, but she spells it wrong. But her father has post-traumatic stress disorder, and he was a soldier. And I just think the dynamic between the two will be really interesting, and I'm just super intrigued by it because PTSD isn't a mental illness that you see dealt with a lot in YA books, so I'm really intrigued. And the last book on my TBR is another one that has been included in quite a few TBRs, and that is The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. This one deals with mental illness. The main character, I think his brother dies. I'm not positive. I think that's something that is said in like the first couple pages. I don't really know, but people seem to really love this book, so I am hoping to read it and enjoy it and be a part of that whole conversation. I think this one I will probably for sure be reading. I'm not positive, but probably. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm planning on reading in November. Let me know what you plan on reading next month, and if you wanted to go and see my last video, you can go and click over here. I did my Halloween reads recommendations, so since Halloween will be tomorrow by the time I upload this probably, it's kind of the perfect time to watch it, so go and check that out. And if you wanted to follow me on any of my social media, I have Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. My username for all of those is @HalesHeartsNYC, just like my YouTube. And I also have Goodreads, which will be linked down below. All this stuff is linked down below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!